in directions to make a left. At the next intersection, I need you to pull understand. So that's driver's education. If you don't improve, you're going to stay the same. Every day you drive, you should be getting better. You should become uh, cousin, an uncle, niece, or an uncle, nephew, right? We're not your friends. I want you to understand this. Aiden, if you make a mistake, you could kill us. Tyler, if you blow a light, you could hit someone. Avery, if you are not looking and you make a right turn, you could hit a bike rider. This is very serious. So I don't want you to think, hey, I can do what I want. I can kill someone. That's so far from the truth. That's really going to put you in a situation where you're going to have a horrible driving experience. And real talk, instructors don't like students who don't listen. We don't like students who don't work. You got to participate in the class. And if you don't, you're going to put yourself and other people at risk. That is so important. So I need you to understand that you don't want to put yourself at risk or other things. Do what you do. Good instructors are considerate. Each of you are different in this class, right? Each of you have different personalities. Some of you don't want to work. Some of you do want to work hard. Some of you don't care. Some of you do care. Just like when you go to high school. You're either going to do well in high school and get good grades, or you're barely going to make it through. You get in what you put into this class. And it's really important. I try to share stories to help you understand what's going on. We're going to be finishing up the bicycle and pedestrian information today. You've got some other work to do. I'm going to be asking you a series of questions from yesterday. We know some of you didn't take notes. I feel sorry for you, because when you're driving, you're going to have pedestrians. You're going to have people on bikes. You're going to have people who will tailgate you, cut you off. You as a driver want to keep that shield. And your instructor is your lifeline. We care about teaching driver's education. We care more than you, because we have to put you ahead of us. And that's how you have to think. I'm a fun teacher. Most instructors are very fun people. They enjoy being in the car. They enjoy teaching people. Good instructors on the road are very calm. And they give you advice on how to improve. I want to see you improve every day. So you're going to have to take really good notes. All of you need to make sure that you have your name typed in under you. There's a Motorola M2. You got to change that. I don't have that person in the class. So when I do attendance, if your name is not there, then you will be marked absent. So I want to let you know the session is recorded. So it's really important that you put on a good show. You don't have to put your hoodie on, Murphy. We already know who you are. But that's what people do. They tend to hide. I don't hide. I'm proud of who I am. And when you put a hoodie on, that tells people, hey, I really don't care. But it's all in your first impression. Like I made a first impression on you the other day. Some of you are making an impression on me. I'm very positive. I have high energy. I love doing what I do. Where some of you are like, whatever, bro. That's okay. That's who you are. But people do look at that. They judge you on your nonverbals. I try to prepare when I come in class. I have everything set for you. I'm giving you some good information, and you will work hard today. It's not going to be about talking this time. You're going to be working. So I'm going to go over the things you need for a beginning driver. And then you're going to be working. You're going to finish up yesterday's assignment. I try to give you positive reinforcement. Example, you go over the curb. Obviously, I'm upset. You damaged the car, but most importantly, are we safe? You run a light. Very dangerous. We could hit someone. Are you mentally okay? Or you had a bad day at home and you take it out on me in the car. That's what a lot of beginning drivers do, but you don't understand. I'll allow you to fix your mistakes. Hopefully, I'll see some more notes today. Instead of saying, oh, I don't need to take notes. I also, in class, if we were in class, I would see Kahoot, Quizlet. I would bring in some little food treats. I would see who really understands what's going on, because today you're going to be tapping some information from yesterday. So you have to refer back to your notes. You can't just pretend you're taking notes, because you will be exposed when you drive. So in the classroom, I allow you to interact with other students. It doesn't matter if it's virtual. I use hands to tell you where to look. I make jokes. Just like Tyler, I was talking to him about pretending he was my son. I'm going to put some money in his account. He's going to drive to school, get some food for his friends. That's what good parents usually do. If your parents are not letting you drive to school, then I feel sorry for you. You've got to show them, because one day, Samantha, Lily, Tyler, you should be driving to school from your house in the morning. And you should have a parking space at your high school. If you don't, then there's something wrong. Either your parents don't have the money to get you a car, they don't trust you yet, or you haven't shown them that you are worthy of driving the car to school. But there are kids, a lot of them, who drive their car to school. So you've got to get a job. I treat you like an adult, and that's what this class is about. I'm not going to treat you like a kid. If you don't do your work, that's your personal decision. If you fall asleep in class, you will be removed, because the state is watching and the company's watching. So that's a personal responsibility on you. Hey, Bailey, I love to see your full face instead of your corner, right? And you know what? After today, you won't see me anymore, but you'll be on my mind. And I may even pop over to your location and you'll see me in person. It's all about your presentation. If you feel I'm really prepared, you're like, wow, he is so prepared. That's who I am, right? I'll allow you to listen to the radio in the car. That's what good instructors do, but it's got to be chilled in the background. I can't speak for your instructor. I'm not him or her, right? Most students listen to too much music, then they get distracted and have mistakes, so we cut it off. In the classroom, I draw diagrams. There's a way that we can draw here virtually. I let you talk to one another with your friends. I need you to type into the chat 3 things you learned about what beginning drivers need. Show me you were listening. Type 3 things into the chat, that three things that beginning drivers need. Type that in right now. Three things. So basically, you got to tell me what I just said. And then I'm going to go on to the next activity. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick review from yesterday. So we read some information pertaining to pedestrians, intersections, and bicyclists. Many of you say, well, I don't go outside. Well, you walk outside, you're gonna ride your bike outside, and you're gonna be driving outside. So there's some things that I'm gonna quickly go over, and then the second part we've gotta get to. We've talked about different types of turns that beginning drivers make that could end up killing someone. We talked about safety of bicyclists, where if you're stopping, you put your left hand down to the side. If you're making a right turn, you use your right hand and put it straight out. If you're making another way to make a right turn is have your left hand up at a 90 degree. Another way to make a left turn is have your left hand out. You need to know these signals if you're going to ride a bike. Motors are required to give bicyclists space. I need you to type in how many feet are motors required to give bicyclists. All you got to do is refer to your notes. So we should have the chat full of information. How many feet are motors required to give bicyclists? Please go ahead and put that in. I'm just going to go through, this is your review, and then I'm going to send this to your teacher. I'm going to continue. So we know that the faster you go, the more likely you are to hit and kill a pedestrian. Hit a vehicle at 20 miles an hour, 9 out of 10 pedestrians will survive. Hit a vehicle traveling at 30, 5 out of 10 will survive. Hit a vehicle traveling at 40, 1 out of 10 will survive. The moral of the story is you have to slow down. Okay, many of you are going to be driving to school, driving home, very busy times. Remember, you've got to get your hours in. Safely passing bicyclists. For many motorists, passing a bicyclist on the road can be nervous experience, especially in heavy traffic. Remember these 3 simple things: wait, pass, and check. They're trying to change the ordinance and the law for 5 feet. I need you to explain to me. You're going to basically type in right now, what is the right hook? Tell me what it is and tell me how you prevent it. This is a quick review. Okay, don't worry, you're going to work the next hour and a half. I'm just going to go over this, a quick review. Tell me what the right hook is and how you prevent it. I'm going to go on because you have it in your notes. So you're going to tell me what the right hook is. Then also the left cross. These things are very important because as a motorist, as a beginning driver, all of us, we make right turns. We make left turns. It's extremely important that you understand the safety of pedestrians and bicyclists. You have to look around. I'm trying to make you more aware so when you get into the car this week, you're going to feel more confident. You're going to understand more. You're going to say to yourself, I understand. I saw that bike. I'm making a left turn. I'm going to yield for that bike. I'm making a right turn. I'm going to yield for those 5 runners. You have to look around more. Remember, I teach students just like you. My class is just like you. I have 20 students. They're excited to drive. Most of them are scheduled. We drove yesterday. We drove the day before yesterday. I drove 12 students. So half of my classes already had their first driving experience. So I need you to really visualize this. We are visual learners. Okay, so we asked you to talk about the right hook and left cross. If you don't know about it, you won't be prepared to get to drive. I'm always very honest with you, and I want to do my best job. We also talked about dooring. You're going to tell me what dooring is. How do you avoid it? So, right hook, left cross, and dooring. Refer to your notes. Tell me what it is. 1 or 2 words is not what I'm expecting. We're high school students. I need you to step up your vocabulary game. I need you to use driver's education terms. It's so important that we prepare you for the future. So, dooring, you're going to tell me what it is. How do we avoid it? If you're a bicycle rider, how should you be riding your bike? What shouldn't you be doing? Okay, so those 3 things, I need you to go into some detail. No, you don't need to look in the dictionary or chat GTP. You need to use the best AI, your brain. Okay, also in the driver's ed curriculum, we talk about the Dutch reach. So you're getting some good review for your test. Extremely important. We talked about bike boxes. We talked about bike lanes. These are signs you need to know. Many of you live in urban areas. People ride bike, Chicago, New York, LA. So you have to be ready to understand what these signs mean. We talked about pedestrians. Throw me some information in about pedestrians. If you're a bike rider, do you ride with the flow of the traffic or do you ride against it? And you need to be able to tell me why. Bike rider. I saw a woman walking yesterday. They're on the wrong side of the street. I'm not going to say what side because you need to tell me what side. She was on the wrong side of the street. Could have gotten hit very easily. It was getting dark. If you walk on the correct side, and I'm giving you clues, motorists will see you because the headlights will illuminate the person. I don't want to see any of you get injured. But if you do the wrong things, you will possibly get hit. Why would you do that? We as instructors want to see you safe. We want to see you have a long life. We want to see you have a perfect driving record. We want to get a call, hey, I passed my road test. I'm like, yes, you were a good student in class. Or I'm just going to wait till I'm 18. So we're trying to get you out there. We talked about school zones. All of you go to school. Some of you may be homeschooled. Very dangerous areas. What are some of those dangerous areas? You should be unpacking your brain, opening it up, unpacking this information. You're high school students. If you don't know about school zones, I feel sorry for you when some of you drive to school because you're going to get a ticket. You're going to hit someone. Drivers must obey school crossing guards. Drivers should always drive slower than usual speeds limited in these areas. If you don't understand that, children are present. We talked about the little boy who said, Mama, I drew my dinosaur. They're not thinking about you. They're going to run across the street when they see their mom. So I need you to understand this. Intersections are very dangerous. Pedestrians have a responsibility to walk at the corner. You as the driver, you should be looking through an intersection, scanning left, middle, right. Is the do not walk sign flashing? Is it a countdown? I'm trying to help you become really good drivers. And I'm trying to have you elevate. We talked about where pedestrians get hit. They cross in unexpected areas. They get hit. We talked about you backing into a pedestrian when you're parking, and parking is a part of the driver's ed curriculum. You have to know how to stall park, angle park. My students yesterday, we did 5 parallel parks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had them do stall parking. We looked out of our back window. First drive. Your teacher should be doing that. Downtown areas are very good for that. Your teacher should be patient with you. So we had to look out of our back window. School buses. 20 feet you need to have. If you don't, you're going to get a ticket. Our laws are very strict. Hitting a pedestrian at a multi-lane crosswalk. Got to be careful, got to look. I have 10 minutes and then you get ready to work. How to avoid hitting a pedestrian on a walk signal. You have to yield to all pedestrians. But if you're scared and nervous and your instructor is talking to you, you might not pay attention. It's called inattentive awareness. I had one student almost run a red light yesterday. I had to hit the brake on him. Here's the chart. It tells you everything you need to know. The faster you go, the more likely you are to kill someone. Youth and elderly are the vulnerable pedestrian populations. Little kids don't understand the dangers of cars. They'll run out in front of you. I feel really appreciated. Some of you are falling asleep. Goat's path. If you're driving along the road and you see a goat's path, not for goats, it's where people walk. And the municipality has not put a sidewalk in. You need to be mindful. There are some other areas where they put pedestrian overpasses. Okay, it's more expensive. They have to build a bridge. Okay, extra length of the bridge is built sometimes to discourage the use if pedestrians have to walk too far. So some pedestrians may walk in the street as opposed to getting on a bridge. Raised medians, they protect you. You still can get hit if people aren't paying attention, but you have the cement barriers to protect you. The pork chop, not pork chops that you eat, okay? The turning corner island or pork chop island is so named for its shape. It's a raised median next to the right turn lane. Makes you feel safe. That's pretty good. That will probably prevent the left cross or the right hook, okay? Intersections bump out. The section of the curbway is extended a few feet. You're getting ready to learn about the hawk, not the hawk that flies in the air, okay? It's going to be a video I'm going to show you on the hawk.